我先briefly 讲一下啦。So afternoon everyone. I hope everyone is staying healthy and good at home. So today this event is by Spaces Group jointly with SCT Properties. The idea of today's topic sharing by Spaces Group is for us to understand Malaysia My Second Home program, as Spaces Group is very established in this MM2H industry. So they have been in the industry for 12 years. So they know why foreigners love to settle down in Malaysia as their second home. So we have been dealing with many customers because we are in property industry, real estate line. So we have been dealing with customers from Singapore, Taiwan, China, Hong Kong, Japan, Korea, and some European countries. So we would like to hear from the expert why this kind of expatriates or foreigners love to settle down in Malaysia, and how to entitle for this Malaysia My Second Home program. And then being the current situation of COVID-19 and the movement control order, how is the market sentiment from our foreigner friends towards Malaysia? So yeah, that's why we have Spaces Group today, the Executive Director, Mr. Leong, to present to us, or maybe from Spaces team. Yeah, Mr. Lee.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I hope everybody well and in the same time stay healthy at home. My name is Chin Leong. You call me Lee Chin Leong, or maybe somebody call me Ali, or maybe somebody call me Chin Leong. And thanks for SCT actually to organize this event to share some of the information for MM2H, and in the same time some of the sentimental in the market as well. All right, and then I'd like to thank everyone to spend your time today, 2 o'clock. Okay, today actually is the last day for MCO second phase. Actually, I choose today because I know that they're going to extend for another 14 days. So that's why, thanks somebody, I think some of you actually in Penang, okay, and then some of my my team in JB, and some of my business partner and my business counterpart in JB as well. I did invite them actually for this program to share in details on Malaysia My Second Hand program. Okay, let me introduce myself. Okay, my name is Chin Leong, as I just now I shared with you all just now. I was in the bank for 16 years, in HSBC for 10 years, and in Citibank for 6 years. My main coverage in the banking line actually is on the mortgage, more into the consumer banking. So like you mentioned about like investment, personal investment, wealth management, and in the same time personal financial services. Actually, I'm more into this. So mortgages, personal loan, credit cards is more on my forte during these 16 years in the banking line. Okay, I quit the bank 5 years ago, around 2016, early of 2016. Okay, I actually joined this to be a director for this Spaces Group. Okay, to focus mainly on Malaysia My Second Home. Right? If you ask me, other than MM2H, Malaysia My Second Home, what other things that actually I've been doing? Actually, I'm not. Okay, I just purely recommend or maybe introduce this program to my our foreigner customers, especially those my focus actually, my company focus actually in 2 countries. Previously is Taiwan, and recent 2 years is on Hong Kong. So before the COVID-19, I've been in Hong Kong every weekends, right? So to give a talk to the customer in Hong Kong, with those agency, Malaysia agency, Hong Kong agency, developer in Malaysia, and in the same time also migration company in Hong Kong. So we actually introduce Malaysia My Second Home and recommend and introduce to more customers to come to Malaysia with this program. Okay, let me start on this Malaysia My Second Home topic. I'm not sure how many of you have been heard about this program, and in the same time, why any have invited me for this topic. Okay, before the COVID-19, as I told you all that I have been in the Hong Kong for every weekends, so I can see that a lot of honkies, okay, coming to Malaysia. okay, to purchase the property. All right, but I'm not agent. All right, so that's why I always ask them why they come to Malaysia. Later, I will just share with you, okay, 4 points why they want to come to Malaysia. Okay, let me share with you a bit of MM2H. What is MM2H? What is the minimum requirement? And in the same time also, what actually need to be done after the application being approved. All right, so let me share with you the first criteria. Actually, the document need to be ready. Okay, I will just share on the main documentation required. Right, those are photo, passport photo, resume, employment letter. Maybe later you want to ask, I can answer you. But the main focus actually is on the 3 documentation that actually the customer need to prepare. Okay, first of all, the customer, the foreigner. I just mentioned customer, which means I refer back to foreigner, which is a customer which stay in Hong Kong or maybe other country. Okay, let me maybe before the documentation required, let me brief you all what actually MM2H is, okay, for this program. Actually, this MM2H program been established 16 years ago, which is around 2004 to 2005, with a joint venture, okay, with 2 ministry. Actually, it's one actually tourism, another actually is a home affair. So this program actually is not a migration or the mention about PR. Okay, it's not a PR. It's not blue IC or red IC, or maybe you mentioned about actually it's a blue IC. A lot of people they have been misunderstand actually this program. Actually, I can get a red IC. It's not. Okay, this program actually initiated by tourism to the foreigner to apply for a long-term visa. This long-term visa actually is on the 10 years renewal basis, right? So 16 years ago, the government actually initiated this program. Up to today, for 16 years later, okay, actually we have 30,000 MM2H holder, okay, from various country to Malaysia. Okay, this program actually why we would like to recommend to our customer actually is very transparent. Why I mentioned about transparency? Majority later, what documentation I share with you, if you provided by the customers, I can tell you that actually 99.9% will be approved. 0.1% I will share with you why the customer will not be approved. Right? Along the year, okay, we have been done, Spaces Group have been done 6 to 10 applications per month. Okay, 6 to 10 applications per month from Hong Kong, from Taiwan, and from China. Right? Later, I will share with you what actually the reason why they come to Malaysia and why they choose Malaysia as their second home. Okay, first of all, what the documentation actually they need. Minimum requirement for the first criteria actually is a 10,000 ringgit Malaysia monthly income. Okay, this monthly income actually can provide by the payslip and the bank statement showing the salary credited into the account. Okay, this is number 1. Which means that the customer need to have a minimum requirement of income of 10,000 ringgit Malaysia. Okay, so if they have a Hong Kong dollars 20,000 or 18,000 Hong Kong dollars or US dollars 3,000, okay, actually they can qualify for the first minimum criteria. All right, so how they prove, as I mentioned to you, salary slip, bank statement showing the salary credited. Also, some of the self-employed, actually they are paying income tax. They can show by their income tax with the receipt payment to their income tax department on the annual income. Right? If I say Hong Kong dollars at 240,000, I divide by 12 months, which means that will be 10,000, $20,000 Hong Kong dollars. If I just calculate based on divide by 2, actually it's 10,000 ringgit per month. Right? This is my first documentation actually required. Okay, second requirement actually is a liquid asset. 华语叫做流动资金. Okay, this liquid asset not including share, not including unit trust or any of the unit trusts that you have. we mentioned about liquid assets is purely on fixed deposit, cash, right? If some of the customer tell me that actually they have some paid off property, right, free from encumbrances, actually we can't take as a liquid asset. Okay, liquid asset, which means that 流动资金 is a cash, either is in their account, all right, or in their fixed deposit. Okay, this is a bit of need an explanation. We have two categories. First category is age below 50 years old, and then I would like to let you know this MM2H is not only can apply for the age more than 50 years old, right? Those people that less than 50 years old, they can apply as well. But the minimum requirement is a little bit higher, right? Let me share with you liquid asset. The cash for a below 50 years old customer, the applicant, need to be equivalent to 500,000 ringgit Malaysia equivalents. If a Hong Kong dollar, which means that 1 million Hong Kong dollars, all right? And in the same time, if those above 50 years old, you'll be 350,000 equivalents ringgit Malaysia, all right? And this need to prove by bank statements. If a customer wants to show that actually and the end balance report, bank end balance of bank statements, you need to show the latest 3 months. Which means that now if April, I need to take the January, February, and March. Month end balance need to equivalence to 500,000 equivalents below 50 years old and above, and 350,000 for above 50 years old customers. If some customers say, I don't have this kind of liquid asset, right? I only have in my unit trust or my investment share markets, right? The customer can, okay, withdraw whatever the investments, put in the FD, okay, for at least 9 months, all right? Before 3 months or after 9 months, okay? Either the customer would like to apply accordingly, right? This is a two minimum requirement, okay? And the third one, okay, is a letter of good conduct. Okay, in Chinese we mention about 良民证, or we call 冇犯罪記錄. Okay, to prove that actually we are free from any criminal in their own country. Actually, Malaysia, we have it, no criminal record also in our immigration office. Okay, like Hong Kong, actually they need to require this in their police station. And Chinese, they need to request it in their Gong An. Okay, this need to be proved by the original copy. Okay, if a China customer, our immigration actually require another one more step, actually need to be certified in our Malaysia embassy in China. Right, we call it two certification is call it 双认证. Okay, get me? So this is the 3 minimum criteria, all right? 10,000 ringgit offshore income, which is outside Malaysia. If a customer is a Hong Kong, actually they have a company in Singapore, in Dubai, actually they can declare their income from the other country, but not in Malaysia. Okay, 10,000 ringgit Malaysia equivalents. Okay, with any currency. Okay, and then liquid asset, as I mentioned, below 50 years old will be 500,000 ringgit Malaysia equivalents. Above 50 years old will be 350,000 ringgit Malaysia. And certificate of good conduct or letter of good conduct, 良民证, or we call it 冇犯罪, no criminal record, right? And a lot of people, they're asking me why the above 50 years old need to request a lower limit compared to below 50 years old. Okay, always we mention about, we ask why. Okay, this is a below limit. Okay, for 350,000, for those people retirement, okay, actually they have a lower entry level for the customer to apply. For those below 50 years old, they need to set a higher entry level to get them to be tough for them to apply. Actually, this program, they need some quality customer to be into Malaysia. All right. So this is a minimum 3 minimum criteria. I just cut it short. These are 3 minimum criteria that actually need to be prepared. Right. Those like say passport size photo, right? Passport, you need to have a passport, resume, okay, employment letter. All those we can just get it from your employer accordingly. So all this actually you no need to need to prepare, but those bank statement you need to prepare it earlier. All right. And then if you bring your spouse or maybe husband or wife, you need to show that actually on the marriage certificates. Okay. If you bring your kids, families, you need to show that your birth cert of your kids. Right. These kids actually you only can apply those kids, son or daughter, okay, below 21 years old. Okay, you ask me those above 21 years old, they will need to have an independence application. Right? Whatever later you need to have any question, you'll ask me later. But all this actually I would like to share on the point form basis. More important actually income documentation and at the same time the certificate of good conduct. Other than that, like marriage certificates, the kids, okay, kids will be below 21 years old. If a kid is 10 years old, the kids will follow your long-term visa for 10 years, which is up to 20 years old. If your kid is 18 years old, the cut-off date actually is still 21 years old, which actually your kids will only have 3 years qualify for this long-term visa. All right. And some of the Middle East customer, some of the Middle East customer, they have few wife. Okay, few wife, right? Our government also allowed this to be happen if you have the valid marriage certificates, right? We have some customer actually got 2 or 3 wife. Okay, they are happily that they can declare that they have a marriage certificate. If they have this, okay, actually they can bring their whole family to Malaysia. Okay, this is the minimum requirement. Actually, we did know. Okay, application now we are taking around 7 to 9 months for the application to be processed. Okay, to be approved. Okay, from our record, okay, we are hitting 100%. Okay, from our hands spaces group. Actually, we are very thoroughly checking all the documentations, including okay, the bank statements, okay, payslip, and in the same time their liquid assets as well. Right? I share with you some of the things that later how the application can be rejected. Right? Okay, upon approval, after 90 days, after 6 months, okay, working days, 90 days working days, they mentioned about 90 days to 120 days working days can be know the status. So that's why we will mention to the customer 6 to 9 months. Okay, before this MCO, actually they have been expedite the process of MM2H application. From 9 months, actually they reduced to 6 months for the status ready. But now because of this 1 month, they've been delayed. Actually, I estimated okay, this process will delay for another maybe 1 or 2 months. Will be 7 to 9 months. Okay, what's the formality after the customer application has been approved? Okay, the formality actually they need to come to Malaysia. They must come to Malaysia personally, right? If their whole family apply, the whole family must come to Malaysia, okay, to get this done, right? First of all, actually they need to have a medical checkup. Okay, we need to have a medical checkup. Medical checkup is just like it's not blood test, no urine test, just like a normal medical checkup. Okay, you can see, you can hear, you can smell, right? Oh, okay, then you are done. Right? Some of the Hong Kong customer mentioned about our medical checkup is so EA. Okay, EA which means that it's so chin-chai in the Malaysia wording. But if not EA, you want to test your blood test, okay, urine test. All right, if those people like 70 years old, 60 years old, then they cannot pass the requirements. So that's why they put it with very minimum medical checkup for the customer to get through. Right? To share with you, okay, how chin-chai is this medical checkup. Okay, my eldest, okay, we call more senior customers, right? Is 92 years old. Okay, this customer is actually bedridden, which means that cannot wake up, is on the bed already, right? But still, okay, the medical checkup has been passed through, right? All right, can I? So they actually have been identified few clinics, okay, in KL, JB, Penang, for this medical checkup to be done. Not all clinics actually done this medical checkup. All right. Second, actually, the customer need to purchase a medical insurance. Okay. Medical insurance depends on the age, how much actually this medical checkup need to be, this insurance need to be purchased. Like those 50 years old, what I have, the customer is per annum is around 1,600 to 1,800. Okay, medical insurance. We call it 醫療保險, right? If you mention about this, is they have to buy for the first year, compulsory to purchase for the first year. Second year is optional. Okay, second year is optional. Right? So actually, the customer, if they have the medical insurance in their own country, global insurance, or we call it international insurance coverage, they can waive. They don't need to purchase in this case. But they need to show the policy in their own country that actually Malaysia in their this policy under coverage. Secondly, that actually you need to take bear in mind, medical insurance can be waived, okay, for those customers above 60 years old, right? Because the premium will be very high, and at the same time, not all the insurance company will accept their purchase, right? Okay, we can write the letter to waive the 60 years old and above customers, right? The third one actually is on the fixed deposit. Okay, after they show the 500,000 and 350,000, just now I did mention to you, share with you, to prove the net worth actually what the customer have in their own account in their own country. Actually, they are allowed, okay, need to transfer some of the money back to Malaysia. Previously, it's their own country, right? They're Hong Kong, they are in Hong Kong Bank in Hong Kong. Maybe they stand chart in Hong Kong, right? Maybe they're in Zhongguo Yinhang in China. But now approved already, they actually need to transfer, okay, some of the fund to Malaysia. Any bank in Malaysia actually is okay, all right? They prefer HSBC, they prefer CIMB, they prefer public bank. No, actually the customer can choose, right? So usually they choose on those bank can give them more higher FD rate. Okay, so once they go through, right, they need to go to the bank. They need to place the FD in Malaysia. Okay, now we're going through the third page. Kenneth, third page, right? Below 50 years old, all right, the customer need to place 300,000. Okay, below 50 years old, the customer need to place 300,000 into Malaysia's bank, which is what I mentioned about just now. You mentioned about you need to have, like, you go in 500,000. Actually, the 500,000 is no longer valid. You can withdraw the 500,000 to place the 300,000 back to Malaysia. Okay, so the 300,000 will be fixed, put under FD, under Leong. Okay, if some of the ex-banker on the line, okay, in this Zoom, actually the under Leong, which means that you are not allowed to withdraw. Okay, if you walk into the bank, you want to say you want to withdraw, you want to cancel the FD, you are not allowed to do that because it's under Leong. Under Leong, which means that you are not allowed to do anything on this FD, subject to the approval from the immigration. Okay, so below 50,000, below 50 years old, you'll be 300,000. Above 50 years old, you'll be 150,000. All right, you ask me, hey, Lee, how long this fixed deposit need to be placed? Right, this is need to place forever, 10 years in Malaysia. Okay, like it or not, you need to place 300,000 or 150,000. Okay, you have three criteria. Actually, you can withdraw. For below 50 years old, actually you can withdraw 150,000 out. Okay, 150,000 out. Okay, for three reasons. First, purchase of property. You need to show your SPA and the booking form that actually have been done. Before MM2H, you apply MM2H, or after you apply MM2H? Of the approval done already 1 year after the sticker been done. Okay, purchase property. Second, you can withdraw for your medical expenses. right? If you mention about, oh, I didn't buy the second year, I didn't buy the insurance. Now I pay for my medical, right? I stay in the hospitals. You can claim based on the receipt. Okay, this 150,000, or maybe mention about this 50,000 can claim out. Below 50 years old, you can withdraw 150,000. Above 50 years old, you can withdraw 50,000. So end up, outstanding will be 150,000 for below 50 years old, 100,000 will be age 50 and above. One is 150, another one is 100,000. All right. The third purpose for you to withdraw is on the kids' education. If you send your kids to Taylor's College, Taylor University, right? Based on whatever the receipt you pay, we need to send it to the immigration for to get approval for the bank to uplift. We call it withdraw, okay, from the fixed deposit. No approval, you can't uplift your fixed deposit. Okay. So basically, this is the criteria, right? And upon approval, upon arrival, what is actually in and out? Okay, so let me recap. Actually, the point is 333. Okay, before submission, you interested, you need to prepare 3 documents. One, your payslip, 10,000 monthly income and above. Okay. Secondly, you need to prove your net worth, prove your liquid asset. Okay, below 50 years old, 500,000. Above 50 years old, it will be 350,000. Third one, letter of good conduct. No criminal record, 冇犯罪記錄, 無犯罪記錄, or 良民證. Okay, these are 3 main documents you need to submit or prepare before submission. Upon approval, also three things that you need to do. You must come to Malaysia, you must have medical checkup. All right? Medical checkup will cost you around 80 ringgit or 100 ringgit, okay, per person. Secondly, that you need to purchase a medical insurance, a normal medical insurance. Okay, the third one, the customer need to go to the bank, any of the bank in Malaysia, okay, only can place ringgit Malaysia. Because a lot of Hong Kong customer, they would like to place it in US dollars. Only ringgit Malaysia is allowed for this placement, right? They can choose any bank. Okay, 2 amount, below 50 years old, 300,000. Above 50 years old, will be 150,000. The withdrawal, after 1 year of the approval, after 1 year they've done the stickers, right? They can take 50% out. Okay, 150,000 and 50,000 out. Okay, for 3 purposes also, like I mentioned about 333. The 3 purpose, first, purchase a property. SPA, sales and purchase agreement, and the booking form. That actually you have been done. You need to prove to the government. Second, you need to have kids' education. You go to any colleges, university, you can prove that actually the tuition fee. You need to prove to the government as well. The third one actually is the medical expenses. You need to prove that actually the receipt you have been paid to the hospital or the clinics, and you can just withdraw it, get for approval from the immigration office to withdraw this time deposit out. Okay, so this is a bit of a brief MM2H. Actually, once the customer approve, once they want to come to Malaysia to complete this long-term visa, usually we'll get the customer to stay in Malaysia at least 4 working days, right? As you know that Malaysia immigration, maybe later I can share with with some of you, the long queue. Okay, some of my team members, they went to the immigration office 2 o'clock in the morning, or maybe 5 o'clock in the morning. Okay, because it's long queue, right? You know, our government's system is unstable. They will tell you offline, okay, you need to come back tomorrow early in the morning. Okay, okay, sorry, today offline. So you need to go there very early, right? I've been one time we started to queue since 12 o'clock in the morning. Okay, 12 o'clock in the morning, we'll get maybe 20 over numbers. Okay, you come early in the morning, sorry, you come tomorrow morning. So that's why we need to get the customer to stay at least 4 days, 4 working days. Usually we'll get the customer to complete the 4 working days. All right. So when customer come to Malaysia, We need to get them to do a medical checkup. They need to purchase a medical insurance. They need to open an account in the bank to place the FD. Then we only can go to the immigration office in Putrajaya, right? So 4 working days, they need to be here. Once done, actually, they don't have any green card, don't have any brick card, don't have any blue card. Okay, I always tell them they only have Manila card. Okay, the Manila card, not Manila card. Actually, it's a sticker. The sticker will be placed in their passport. Okay, you place it in their passport. Okay, on their passport, which means that if their Hong Kong passport, they still will hold the Hong Kong passport to get the sticker to be done. Okay, we will not have a lot of people that mention about, hey, this one will be they'll hold a green card. Actually, no green card, no red card, no blue card. Okay, it's just only the sticker to place it in the passport. Okay. So for MM2H, this is basically what we've been done for what actually the customer to be interested on this. Okay, long-term visa. Okay, to share with you, long-term visa not require any visa. From those customer want to come in from China, they no need to apply for a special visa to come into Malaysia. They can come to Malaysia anytime, right? With this MM2H sticker. Right, and those customers actually they would like to the early January. I think that some of the customers asking us actually whether they can stay for longer time because China having an outbreak of this virus. Actually, they can stay up to 10 years without leaving the country. Okay, and no minimum requirement. Actually, they need to stay in Malaysia for how many days? No, this actually is like I mentioned to you. This MM2H actually is very transparent. Okay, no minimum requirement on the day to stay in Malaysia. Okay, or maybe any investment they mentioned about like in Australia, you need to place how many thousand, okay, in your investment account or whatever. No, actually this is put in the FD. Right? So why they come over later? Okay, one more thing that I actually want to share. Just what I mentioned about 99% you get approved, and 1% okay will get rejected. Okay, bear with me. All right. I didn't specify that any country, okay, or any races or any religion on this reject. Okay, but I just want to share with you some of the things that we need to be careful, right, for this MM2H application. First of all, 1% rejection rate, okay, is the fraudulent of a document. Okay, fraud document, which means that they can get somebody, the agent, to give them whatever they want. Letter of conduct also they can fraud the documentations. Okay, share with you one incident. We have one customer. Actually, they are having a payslip, okay, with the salary credited on the 30th of February. Okay, 30th February. Actually, if you think that actually nothing wrong, but you think about it, actually February got no 30 days. We only have 28 or 29 days. Then we found out this kind of thing happen. We will reject the customer upfront. Right? So the first 1% based on the fraudulent documentations. So bear in mind, okay, whatever your customer you refer to us, okay, through any of your channel to our JB team or maybe my team as well, we will just go through it very thoroughly. Like as mentioned to you, our approval is 100%. Okay. So this is MM2H. Whatever the question, whatever later, we'll just have a Q&A section. Let me go through the final forum again. Okay, let me share with you. Like I mentioned to you just now, I've been in every weekends. I've been there. 6 to 10 customer a month. Actually, why I ask them why they come to Malaysia. All right, actually, you say this outbreak or this virus, or maybe you mentioned about MCO. Hong Kong actually go through this earlier, right? They have this protest earlier in last year, June. Okay, a lot of people running out from Hong Kong. Okay, and in the same time, they're looking for a few things that actually need to go through. Let me share with you, okay, I think any team, okay, some real estate agents, agency head here as well. Let me share with you, this is my point, that actually I talk to them, most of them, whoever coming into Malaysia to complete this MM2H, I need to meet the customers. So most of them actually ask them why, and why they purchase a property in Malaysia. Okay, I will not mention about any project or any developers, good or bad, but the thing is I will share with you why they come to Malaysia. All right, or maybe this outbreak, okay, because they have been go through this earlier than us. The protests, okay, every month you can see that the whole plane, okay, the whole flight is full of agent, okay, real estate agent, or maybe mention about developers, and sure, MM2H agent like me as well, right? The whole flight, you know, I went Asia, I went Cathay, all is agent, right? During the July to November, right? My last flight actually is until December, okay? Don't worry, I didn't go on January already. What I see that actually in the foreign market in this point of time, actually is on the location. Okay, location-wise, I mentioned about we will have 4 points, right? Retirements, they come here for retirements, all right? They come here actually for the kid education. Because of protests, a lot of parents actually worried, okay, why we need to move out from Hong Kong. Okay, some of them actually you mentioned about whether it's so urgent or not. It's very, very urgent. No? Actually, they will tell you that actually very urgent. But I usually tell them that, why it's so urgent? But they mentioned about that it's very urgent. Why? Because the kids in the school, all right, the teacher or the headmaster will talk about politics. All right. So the location-wise, okay, what my customer go through is KLCC side, right? KLCC side. They prefer, Hong Kong people, they prefer public transport. Okay, they don't like to travel by their car. And in the same time also, if they're in retirement, they will go for nearby the medical center. Few points are retirement, they would like to have it in a public transport, which means the LRT or MRT, right? Secondly, that they prefer those medical center nearby. Okay, the third one actually is on the shopping mall. Giant, okay, maybe you say Leong, right? My Town, KLCC, Mid Valley. Okay, this is actually they are looking for, right? Location-wise. The second point actually they are kids education. Kids education, they are more into their environment. Okay, majority is nearby the colleges or university. Okay. The third one, what I want to share actually investment return. Okay, and investment return based on this location also, they need to know at least 4% and above per annum. Okay, they will only consider on the investment side. If not retirement, the retirement itself, you can go through public transport, medical center, okay, the shopping mall. Okay. Education, second point, education, they're based on the environment. Okay, the third one actually investment basis. Okay, second point, okay, I think that we still have 5 more minutes. The price for them, okay, in Malaysia, for them actually very cheap. Okay, if you go to eat one wanton mee or maybe in one Maggi mee, okay, we call it Gong Sai Mee, it's already $100 in Hong Kong. Right, so they are preferred in Malaysia because of the affordable price in Malaysia. Right, they will look for the range of the price 1.2 million to 2 million. Okay, 1.2 to 2 million. Those above 2 million, right? If they want to just move the whole family over to Malaysia, yes, they will buy. I have customer that bought 3 over millions, 4 millions. The whole family moved to KL. Okay, the kids' education, okay, they are having a 4,000 square feet, okay, in Mont Kiara. Okay, in Hong Kong, they only can stay 800 square feet, okay, with 10 million Hong Kong dollars price in Hong Kong, which means that around 4 million in Malaysia. But 4 million in Malaysia, they can stay at 4,000 square feet instead of 800 square feet. Okay, I think more agent on the line actually, you know what I want to say, right? Affordable, which means that if you go anybody in Hong Kong, okay, actually everybody is millionaire. Okay, if you are not millionaire, which means that you are not there. Okay, third one actually is very important as well. Okay, exchange rate. We call it Wui Lot. Okay, exchange rate. Okay, now the exchange rate against US dollars. I mentioned about US dollar because it's an international currency. What actually the 3-month projections for US dollar will still maintain at 4.2 to 4.3. Okay, one US dollar to 4.2 or 4.3. Okay, so the rate, okay, or maybe Hong Kong dollars, previously it's 1 to 2, now it's 1 to 1.7. Okay, 1.7. Exchange rate is important for them as well. If a property didn't increase much, okay, but the exchange rate can help, okay, for them to earn a bit of an exchange during the purchase of property. Okay, this is actually the 4 points that actually I would like to share, right? If you want to know more in details, I think that I think most of the agent here actually you know what I am going to tell you, right? Actually, you mentioned about either COVID-19 or not COVID-19. Okay, people also facing it earlier of this year. All right, I attended one customer early of this January because we are worried also what's happening in Hong Kong and China. Okay, I think that we act on a bit slow already. But the thing that is, they still very positive. You ask me, okay, the customers still preparing the document. Okay, during this, our MCO, they don't care whether we are on MCO or not MCO. Okay, you ask my team, they're still sending in the documentation, okay, to check, okay, whether all done already or not, whether when you want to submit for me. All right, all this actually they have a very good opportunity for them to come to Malaysia. Right, like I mentioned, I just want to recap it, okay, before the Q&A, a very quick one. Foreign market actually, especially Hong Kong, China, I think that I have 3 points. Retirement, actually come here for retirement. More importantly, actually public transport. Okay, those customers, they ask me, they are in 70s years old already. Okay, they wouldn't think that they want to drive in Malaysia. So that's why they choose that. Those places or those condo, okay, they prefer that near the public transport, okay, MRT, or maybe you mentioned about the medical center. If I sick already, I can go to the medical center as soon as possible, right? And in the same time also, the third one, investment return. I will share you more in the medical center. Medical center actually compare Malaysia and Hong Kong. Can't compare 1 to 10 right? Our side, you cost you 3,000, you cost you 30,000 in Hong Kong. Right, I just give you one very quick example. Right, those mother, right? If you mention about Sicilian, that actually you baby born in Malaysia, Sicilian is around 10 to 15,000 ringgit Malaysia. But in Hong Kong, actually, you compare apple to apple, you go to a private hospital, it'll cost you around 300,000 Hong Kong dollars, right, for a baby to be born for under Sicilian, right? So that's why I just mentioned about how people think about the lifestyle in Malaysia. Okay, in Hong Kong or in some of the country, they are survive in their own country, but they come to Malaysia, they can have their own lifestyle. Okay, survive and lifestyle actually is different, right? So that's why I just want to have this. It's 300,000, yes, correct, 300,000 Hong Kong dollar. Okay, 冇錢冇生仔 in Hong Kong, right? Just want to share with you on this because I went there, I know. All right, if a complication like I mentioned about complication, 有少少黃照燈one of my customer actually they tell me how much you guess my baby discharged from the hospital. Okay, actually they stay another 5 more days in the private hospital. Right? If I mention this amount, I can tell you that you more aggressive to approach this group of people. All right? 多5日okay, 照燈 all right? Your baby 黃你照燈complication, right? Is around 800,000 Hong Kong dollars. Right? If in Malaysia, $800,000 Hong Kong dollars, you can buy a BMW already, or maybe Merc, or maybe you mentioned about all this kind of good car already, or maybe bungalow in somewhere else already. But 800,000 only 5 days, you know. Okay, 5 days for a baby for complication after born. 800,000 Hong Kong dollars, right? So I always remind them, if you come to Malaysia, 你可以生10個。Okay, 唔係一個打10個，係一個可以生10個 in Malaysia. So that's why this is the thing that actually I want to share with you. The lifestyle, survive, you need to know that survive and the lifestyle compare to their own country and Malaysia. Right, another price, very affordable prices in Malaysia. All right, you telling me that actually 1 million is very expensive. Okay, but Hong Kong people actually you propose them, you're surprising that actually they will accept, right? Okay, they want to know the location only, all right? Third one, actually the exchange rate. Exchange rate US dollars now 4.2, 4.3. Okay, I checked with the bank. Okay, spot rate for the 3 months later. Okay, a very, very strong 4.2 to 4.3, including the Hong Kong dollars 1.7 to 1.75. All right. So this is my sharing of either COVID or not COVID. Okay, we got Hong Kong go through earlier, and in the same time also on the protests. Right. Okay, I've been there during the protest as well. Okay, they always mention we are having a good country, although our political not stable. This is the thing that we need to address to the customers, right? How the politician beyond our control, right? But the main thing that is they found that actually this program is useful for them, MM2H, and at the same time the focus on the property markets, right? This actually is useful for us actually in this sharing. All right. So any questions?
Yeah. Hi. Thanks, Mr. Lee, for your informative sharing. So just curious to know, based on your experience in the past 10 to 12 years, which country applied the most for our MM2H program?
Okay, based on the statistics, yeah. I share with you on the statistics based on this 16 years. China is still number one. Okay, China still number one with around 40%. Okay, of the 30,000. Okay, just now I mentioned about 16 years, around 30,000 MM2H holder. 40% is China, mainland China. Second, Korean, Japan. And third one, actually, you surprise you will be Bangladesh.
Yeah.
Last year, Hong Kong catching up. After June, okay, after June 2019, actually they're catching up on the number of applications. Previously, I just mentioned about 1 month, based on the total application for Hongkies, is around maybe less than 30. But last year itself, per month is already 250 to 300 application per month from Hong Kong.
From Hong Kong. Okay.
Yeah, Hong Kong.
All right. So now the top 5 countries are China, Korea, Japan, Bangladesh, and Hong Kong.
Okay, they consider Hong Kong lah, and then another group actually is Pakistan lah.
Pakistan, okay.
Yeah.
Right. Well, other than those reasons you mentioned, like retirement, medical, education, or investment, but they also come to Malaysia for business opportunity, right?
Oh yeah. This actually lately. I received inquiries on this business registration. All right, if you can see more and more Cha Chan Tang in Malaysia already. Am I right? Okay, which means that those like Ting Sat Cha Chan Sat actually most of the investors is from Hong Kong. Right? They mentioned about they're not going to come to Malaysia for retirement. If they retirement, they'll die faster. So that's why they need to have something that to explore, which means that they will do their business.
Okay.
Okay, so that's why Cha Chan Tang, you can see Cha Chan Tang. After that, you can see that a lot of consultancy firm. Okay, you can see a lot of those investors to buy properties. You can see a lot of this from October onwards. Okay. Because they thought that they MM2H do business. Actually, they can do business. MM2H, they can do business.
Can do business. Okay. Because, yeah, but the visa cannot be under the business owner's name. Is it the MM2H visa?
Can.
Can.
They can be a director. They cannot pay salary.
Oh, okay. Can own a company or business here, but cannot be under employment.
They can share profit and loss. They can't have it like money salary. They cannot pay by themselves.
Not under employment. Not under employment.
They can be investors.
Okay. Any sequence like they have to secure the MM2H, then only they register the company, or they can already register the company, then only go for MM2H application? Any?
Actually, I prefer them to apply MM2H first, and together to do the business registration concurrently lah.
Concurrently. Okay, that means at the point of submission of MM2H, it cannot be shown they have already registered in SSM lah.
Actually can. I have also. A customer also have this kind of the criteria also, but they will be approved also lah. But sometimes to be safe lah, we use to be more secure lah, for them to go concurrently or maybe apply MM2H first before the register of company.
Understand. Okay.
Because for information, I have an example also lah. One of my customers from Taiwan, actually they opened a confinement center, the biggest and most expensive in KL, right? You check who owns this in the prime area, all right? They actually invested 2 million in this confinement center, right? One month, 28 days confinement 28 days. They are charging minimum 18,000 and above. Okay, the maximum actually they can charge 28,000 for 28 days, right? I thought that this business for the 3 years before, I thought that this business cannot lah, but actually they making profit. Okay, and more people need to queue until December already. Okay, they open branches by branches.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Understand. If let's say the child is above 21 years old but not married, still have to attach to the parents' application, right?
Cannot.
Cannot, right? Separate, right?
Cannot. 21 already, actually you need to be independent application.
Independent. Even not married, then independent.
Yeah, independent already. Like I share with you my more senior customers, 92 years old. Okay, my youngest customers is 22 years old. A mother or somebody lah. Okay, mother of one MM2H customers actually apply for the son.
Okay, right. So after the protests or political situation in Hong Kong, of course, many Hongkie apply MM2H and invested property in Malaysia or any other country. So we heard that their local government actually tried to restrict or limit them to go out from the country.
Oh, Hong Kong.
Yeah, Hong Kong.
Hong Kong.
Yeah.
Which
so
country?
How's the situation? Hong Kong. Because too many of them moving out or migrating from the country.
You know Hong Kong people. If you know Hong Kong people they are a bit stubborn one. Whatever you tell them not to do, right, they will do. So they were against the government. They were very stubborn one. They're very stubborn.
So
they're direct and stubborn. They are direct and stubborn.
I see. Okay. So we can still do that in terms of promoting property and MM2H.
Yeah, you can still because I think during this period of time, as I mentioned to you just now, right, who is on the line on this call sharing as well, okay, they are still actively engaged us for Malaysia My Second Home application. Although immigration not open, right, they're still submitting or the courier the document to us as well, right? They're still going to a police station to request for their letter of good conduct, right? They never stop one, right? So that's why I mentioned about it's a very good opportunity, especially those people doing agency, right? Insurance, or maybe mention about those doing loan also, right? The party loans, actually you really need to focus this. You should know what actually need to focus. Okay, which bank actually can finance them. MM2H margin of finance, some of the banks actually can go up to 80%, right?
Yeah.
Some of them actually, if you don't have MM2H, your limit margin of finance is 50%. And it is a plus, right?
So for this MCO period, immigration not accepting any new application for MM2H?
Actually, the memo say can, but they are not open. They scan also.
Okay, right. We understand that every state has got a different threshold for pure foreigner, let's say non-MM2H, to purchase property in that state. Compared to those with MM2H, some state they are giving better incentive, as in they can buy at lower threshold. We actually have that table, but surprisingly, there's one state, Perlis, if let's say without MM2H, you can actually buy at lower price for foreigner. But with MM2H, you have to buy 1 million. Yeah, is that right?
Per lease lah.
Per lease, yeah.
No, I know of lah. No, I know of. I only know is Penang, mainland and islands.
Okay. So
mainland,
for Penang, how's
hello.
Yeah.
The Penang mainland actually. Penang MM2H holder, you can have below 1 million, above 500,000. Below 1 million, above 500,000. If you are not MM2H, you need to buy above 1 million. Only Penang.
Okay, Penang, right.
Can you hear? Can you hear? Only this state. You mentioned about police, nobody go there and buy unless you want to buy paddy field.
Yeah lah, it's like they don't encourage foreigner to take MM2H.
Maybe the Thailand people want to buy lah, but not from Hong Kong lah. Hong Kong also they just prefer. I mentioned about KL area, right? KL area, JB also hardly lah. JB also hardly. JB is mainly from Singaporean and China, mainland China. Penang, Hong Kong, and Korea and Japan. Okay, they have these directories. I
have two questions. I have two questions to ask.
Yeah, Jessica, yes.
Okay. Number one, I want to ask if that foreigner already in Malaysia more than 10 years and is under working permit and doing own business also, running own business for many years. Can he apply for MM2H?
Need to cancel working permit first.
Okay. But he having own business here.
Own business, okay. Like I mentioned about the self-employed, actually they can apply MM2H.
Oh, okay.
So for this working permit, just for everybody information, one foreigner actually cannot hold 2 visas, which means that this customer need to take risks to cancel the working permit to apply for MM2H. But MM2H, you need to, depends on the minimum criteria to fulfill. So you need to have a risk. Okay.
He cannot take director fee from the company as well, right?
On the paper cannot, but in the same time you can take on the paper cannot.
Okay.
Oh, that means he still can apply lah. Annie, you remember that?
Yeah, I remember the Indian. Yes.
做咩係講佢唔得 apply 啊？
一定要 cancel 佢嘅 visa 嘛 ，working visa.
He is also in the midst of cancelling the work permit, but what they are trying to do is transferring the old work permit from previous employment to work permit under their own business now.
冇，而家一般嚟講，佢哋咧，我哋嘅政府咧，而家咧 is they centralize, okay? Previously you can apply MM2H together with holding the working permit. Once you approve MM2H, approve already, you cancel your working permit. 3 years ago can, right? But now they centralize in under one system, right? If you're holding a working permit, you can't apply MM2H because they can't key in.
That means he need to cancel. That means he wait about 7-9 months only the MM2H. If what happens if he doesn't approve, then he go back to the working permit.
I know. So they need to take risk. They need to take risk.
Oh, okay. So next question I want to ask if the foreigner he 係冇做工嘅 no income regardless what age or maybe above 60, he's totally no income or could be a retired person. Can he apply for MM2H? That means he cannot submit you all the income statement, all those things.
Cannot.
But he got cash, got a lot of cash. He 有錢，佢冇做嘢。
有錢，你有點樣？你有錢咧？你一定有 income 噶嘛？好似你講 renter。
Previous income last time maybe he sold a number of property in that country already. Then he got a lot of income on those things. He can anytime give you 300,000-500,000 as a deposit here.
No, deposit actually not a problem because the main thing that actually we find difficulty for this group of people actually is on the monthly income, right? Monthly income actually we usually will get them actually to have it like a company, okay, to withdraw 10,000 offshore income for them lah. Which means that now maybe I say I didn't have I got rich, I'm rich correct or not? I work under any I give any 10,000 ringgit every month and you withdraw back 10,000 ringgit.
That means they 要做一個出嚟啦 they need to do one 啦 even they retired also 啦。
係，你唔好講我教你㗎啦。
唔使你教啦，我知啦呢啲。
All this actually like rental income, okay, interest income， 佢哋有放喺嗰啲 FD 㗎，有啲人可以 cover 到嘅。佢哋好有錢嘅，佢10個 million 啊，一個月啦都有10幾千、20千。I saw this kind of customer before so that's why don't surprise that actually interest income actually they can sufficient for their own income.
Exactly. So interest income 都可以啊？可以bank 嘅 interest income 啊？
係啊。
OK， 冇乜嘢啦。
How many month income required? Actually, 3 months. Latest 3 months.
So 過咗佢可以 I mean now he do some income out 啦 because of the black and white. So after the 3 months 佢可以咩到啦？佢可以 stop
係啦。cannot stop first 啦，做戲做全套嘛，冇理由。
做多6個月先啦，嗰年啦。
Until approval 啦 ，until approval.
Yes.
Of course 啦，until approval 啦，梗係。
Halfway they can ask for documentation to check.
Yep.
Okay. So SCT team, who else have question? Jensen?
3 months salary proof. 3 months salary proof.
Okay.
I don't have because all the questions you already questioned, so I think it's all covered. Thank you, Chin Leong.
Yeah, thank you. And then you want to get some index. Actually, the lifestyle in Hong Kong or other country actually very high. They come to Malaysia. I can tell them in Malaysia, it's like for them the better living style.
But the info on the medical is a very good selling point, I think.
Yeah. It's like I do one more sharing I say bypass or 通波仔啦, alright. Okay, our side you say 通波仔 is around maybe 20,000, 25,000, alright. 通波仔啦, it's not bypass 通波仔 different, right? Actually, is our side. I checked already. There's some Park City Medical Center. You operate until you discharge. In Hong Kong, you at least one pot is around 300,000 Hong Kong dollars. So that's why you can 通十次。
Hong Kong everything expensive 啦 ，their income also high 嘛。
You don't think so?
講親得100,000 above million above 嘅。
唔係咁講喎，你去做嗰度嘅 manager 都係30千㗎咋，30千㗎咋。
一啲都有好窮嘅，一啲 also cannot afford one。
你30千you want to buy a property you see how their rental. The rental for one room is around 7,000, 8,000。嗰啲仲係好似真係72間房嗰啲一間咁樣啊。
你係嗰啲間房嚟啊，間房。
I went there and have a look. It's cost you 7,000 Hong Kong dollars 咯。你賺30千一個 branch manager 30千到50千你俾一個10千到15千嘅 renter 你嗰度食嘢唔平嘅啫嘛。So you need to the high expenses 你冇錢剩嘅。Unless you tell me that actually your income is more than 100,000 Hong Kong dollars per month, then yes. If you Google it's like how to become a happy Hong Kong Honkies 如何成為一個快樂的香港人They will tell you 100,000 Hong Kong dollars and above. You Google, you check. I check this one. 100,000 and above. Right?
So for now, if for Hong Kong customer, their preferred property location, how many percent for KL, how many percent for Penang?
Well, I think that still depends on the locations. I think mainly they're still looking for KL. We're in a good place. We're in a good place. Right? For JB teams, I think JB mainly is from Singaporean and China. Okay, because I'm doing MM2H also from Singapore also. Okay, they are staying in JB. And China, they're staying in JB also. Tai also, they don't want to come to KL.
JB is the what, forest city?
No. They're going for landed, some of the landed properties. Around that.
But the retired one a bit retired they prefer Penang, right? Because Penang is look like Hong Kong a bit, a small little island. easy for them
But
to
I tell you
travel.
I always ask them, okay? I always ask them, you want to move out from Hong Kong, why you want to go and stay in Hong Kong again in Malaysia? You still want to come to a bigger place, right? Correct or not? It look like Hong Kong, you go to Singapore, why you come to Penang? You need to know that exactly what customer wants.
Yeah, depend on their need. Depend on their need. Because last year I sold 2 property to Hong Kong Key. They want Penang because according to them they say Penang is a small island, easy for them to move around and then inside pay out come down. So this is for retirement purposes,
And then they don't like, some of them don't like big units, like say 4,000, 5,000, they don't like one because they used to be still a small area. 1,000二方尺嚟講，覺得好大咗啦。你嚟講打掃都打掃死人啦。You ask them lah, they mention about.
They like Penang because majority of the condo those 佢哋 face sea 嘛，有 sea view 嘛嗰啲嘛，those Tanjung Bunga, Peringgi that side, those Geni that side 嗰啲。
Yeah, you're right. Depends on the customers. Depends on the customers.
And how much you can afford lah, depends.
Yeah. So anything else?
Yeah. So as a summary, being our early this year the political changes and also after that the corona outbreak and the current MCO, but our foreigner clients they are still positive on KL or Malaysia properties or settle down in Malaysia lah. They are still positive.
Very positive. Because their country they always 外面的话比较香嘛，外国的月亮比较圆嘛。Okay, because I think that they're having a problem also on their own country lah. Politics, everywhere is the same lah. Okay, you beyond your control ma. Because you mentioned about the protest from Hong Kong. Okay, what all those actually is happened earlier than us, right? They have more drastic or maybe more drastic than us. Okay, beyond the politics, you can't do anything. So I always tell them, right? You need to know the index of your living styles. Index of the living style. Like I mentioned about medical. Right? You retire already. You want to die, also no place for you to burn. Okay, we share with you one more thing. You冇地方燒啊，殯儀館啊， you know 殯儀館? When some of people die in Hong Kong, you need to wait for 2 to 3 months. No, your turn to go to 打齋, 2 to 3 months. Okay, 咁your 眼淚 also 流到乾晒咗，都未出殯啊。You know what I mean?
You got to book early.
So that's why once they tell me all this, they ask me to do this business. You want a business lah? I said I got no time to do lah. Right? But we share with you, they are really in a hard time, very tough time. Right? You mentioned about Malaysia is how is it when you go there very often you see that how tough are they. Right? Okay, our one time is still $6, 6 ringgit. Okay, they are no longer $6 or $10 anymore. You go there with the sweet cha, okay, whatever lah. It's already 60 Hong Kong dollars already, 60, 70s. Okay, over one weekend I always was spend 1,000 there. Makan only, makan and taxi fare only, The taxi fare also cost me around 300 Hong Kong dollars already one trip. Okay, so that's why I mentioned about index of living. Okay, so that's why you need to emphasize on this. Political, you can't control one. Okay, they have a protest as well. They have COVID also. Okay, so that's why everybody is start from zero. Right?
Okay. Got it.
Okay.
So, any other questions from the ground?
No.
Okay, if not, then thank you very much, Annie, for organizing this.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Lee.
And then,
thank you, Annie. Thank you, Mr. Lee.
Thank you, everyone. And in the same time, if you need any things that you like to have, like MM2H questions, you can post to Annie or myself, right? We can share, right? And some of the index of the lifestyle also, I can share with you also. Okay, thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Last question, sorry.
Jessica, yes.
How much is the fees now to apply for this MM2H?
Oh, 10,000 ringgit of family of 4.
Family lah, single also same.
One family of 4, we charge 10,000 ringgit. Alright, if you 你仲有一個多一個仔嘅咧，3個仔4個仔嘅咧，every one kids 咧，我哋 charge 多1000溝。 right?
If
Because
single
we
also,
have,
single also can.
啊，
如果一個人 apply 嘅咧，
一個人就都係10,000。
幾多啊
Because
？Sorry，
都係10,000。
都係10,000
都係
啊。
10,000。Because I come across some of the Middle East people, they are for kids of 6 or 7. inform 填到你熟啊，so that's why we need to have
你好多
some-
老婆嘛，你好多老婆。
係啊，我哋唔理人幾多個老婆，總之俾錢就得咗。
OK，
好，唔該晒
good to-
everyone, thank you very much. Alright, if
Okay.
anything you share, any or myself, thank you very much, thank you.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, see you.
Okay,
Bye.
thank you, thank you.
Thank you, boss.
OK，
Okay, so I off the conversation.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks a
Later
lot.
the
Mingo.
recording. Later the recording I will share to Chin Yong.
Okay. All right.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank
Okay.
you. Bye.